Pressing start now. So, yeah, I hate Burgerland. I hate Burgerland's Independence Day so much. I had to work a food stand, and you have no idea how many fat Americans were around me eating the greasiest of feces, talking about how great Burgerland is. I hated it so much. I'm going to read the mail. CL. Romeo's being excited. Okay, CL's just talking about how Romeo's excited for something.
Let's see. He's excited to die.
Apparently we have to go back to the far race.
I actually wonder if he's going to die.
He is Romeo will die. I know it happens in the story, and then by magical bull feces, he comes back to life. You have to talk to Romeo down here too.
I can't wait to see you again. I don't know what she said exactly in English.
She said something similar.
Where is thingy?
Over here.
Okay.
Oh, so you know, this episode seems a little weird. Is it not?
Yeah.
It feels like something slightly
Yeah,
off.
I don't really know what it is, but yeah, there's something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It just seems so strange to me for some reason. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is full burst? Full burst. It just seems like everything's a little scratchy right now, but it doesn't seem that way.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Maybe it's just God Eater.
Yeah, God Eater always had terrible audio.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Feces, I'm drunk.
Ah, man.
So, this has nothing to do with anything, but I know we talked about this, and I know I mentioned wanting to talk about it. But, so remember how I was talking about that whole thing over 5 years ago when Neptunia first came out and I Let's Played it, and I did this stupid little Epic of Damascus thing? So, I'm doing something sort of like that for one of my main channels. By the way, my main channel is called Resonance, in katakana, in brackets. None of you are going to find that out. I doubt anyone is even listening. But anyway, so I'm doing something like that for my main channel right now. And, it made me think back to what I was planning to do with that Epic of Damascus thing, because I was actually planning on doing a lot of stupid feces with it. So, just to give you an idea, do you remember what it was about?
Oh man, it's been so long. All I remember is beating the Lolly Empire or something.
Okay, that's what it was. The Lolly Empire sent a lolly after me to kill me.
Okay.
And I had to go on a journey.
I remember something about Blanc. I remember something about Blanc.
Yeah, they sent a blonde clone or something at me, and I fought it like a Final Fantasy game. And it was so bad because I was doing everything in Sony Vegas back when I did not know how Sony Vegas worked. So I was animating it frame by frame with sprite art.
Man, that must have been.
It took a long time.
Yeah.
But I was actually able to do it. Oh, and the acting was worse than how I act now, and I can't act for feces because I acted out every line individually. Instead of just doing it all in one go, so I could, you know, remember how everyone's connotation, how everyone like said they would speak. Anyway, I said that word again. What's the word I'm looking for? But I was planning some really insane bull feces for that. There's a So, the premise was, I go on a journey to gather sacred artifacts, which are basically just Neptune's outfit from Neptunia. So I can fight the Lolly Empire. And what? And I was planning this storyline. I was actually going to elaborate more on the story and make it a stupid series. And there was, I had this story planned out. So there was this one part where, this was before I was even dating Aya. But people thought that Aya and I were going to date anyway. I had a quote-unquote wife in the in this story that I didn't remember. Like I when I first saw my quote-unquote wife in the story, I was, who are you? I don't know who you are. I've never met you. But I just buy that but she somehow convinces me that I know her. But it turns out that she's actually one of those. You know how in anime there are sometimes females that are, they're only, 10 years old, but they look 20 for some reason?
Yeah.
It's actually one of those, and it was a spy sent by the Lolly Empire to defeat me or something. And at some point in the story, I would have a daughter come to the past from the future, and she would warn me about horrifying events that would happen in the future. But the thing is, she went back in time when she was only 10 years old. So I just saw her as a lolly, and so through the power of sheer anger and hatred of lollies, I ripped open a portal in time and killed my future self from ever getting married and ever having a child. So I time aborted my own child because I didn't want a lolly for a child, and because in this story I was too stupid to realize people grew up. Like, that people actually age. But it was this. It was meant to be the worst. It was meant to be the worst thing ever. Like, just writing the worst things I could possibly think of for a story.
Speaking of Blanc, I was thinking of something when I tried the Shining Resonance reframe demo recently. You know how the female has Blanche as her name, like the proper female version of Blanc?
Yes.
So this got me thinking, so she has the female name, but Blanc has the male name. So I guess that makes her a trap, right?
Yes. The filthy lolly is actually a filthy showtime.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Do not dispute this. Game theory, game lore, game confirmation. We're not wrong. Shut up.
I just love. I actually tweeted this a few days ago, and someone got angry on that.
Wow! Imagine getting angry at a video game.
Right?
Actually, imagine being angry at a language.
Yeah. This thing's not dying.
I think it's almost dead because one of the NPCs said so. I think your character actually said it. Like, this thing's on its last legs or something.
Oh, I can't hear the audio, so that's the problem.
Block!
Oh shit!
Ah, no, it already hit you.
I didn't see it. It wasn't really a big. I don't know what I have today, but for some reason I can actually attack this thing without dying. I mean, like, I take damage, but it's like, not too bad.
Oh, this thing's dead now.
Okay. I guess this works.
There was something else there was another topic I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember what it was.
Hmm.
What was it? Feces! Oh, this is not what I was going to talk about, but so, did you see that video I sent you of the Blackbuster?
Yeah,
project?
wow, the guy is in trouble.
I was never around during the guy's heyday, but I just happened to see a thread on V on 4chan. I mean, the video games board on my anime list, and he just sort of came up.
Yeah, I mean, he used to be very active in 2015, up until 2015, like 2013, 14, and 15, and then...
Actually, apparently he recently streamed on Twitch the E3.
Yeah, he did. He did, yeah.
I did not know that, and I cannot find an archive of it anywhere, which sucks.
Because the thing is, usually ever since last, or maybe a couple years ago, he resurfaces every year for E3. Like, he doesn't upload really anything, and then he gets back to the surface, I guess, when E3 is around. But before that, he used to do lots of debates and messed up people and that kind of stuff. Like, basically what Jim did, but except he wasn't an idiot. To be honest, I'm just saying what I think.
Yeah, just Feces posting the entirety of Europe and the UK. Yeah, that's really dumb.
Yeah. He seems to be taking his revenge for some reason. He said it actually, that it was his revenge, whatever. But what I think is idiotic is what he says, because he's basing... I mean, he's saying a lot of inaccurate stuff, and also, well, it's based on stuff that doesn't exist sometimes, so it's a little bit kind of weird. But whatever.
Yeah.
Which is why I lost a lot of interest in this guy, to be honest. I mean, I enjoy watching shitposting, but when it's about a guy that is kind of, himself, what do you call it? Kind of a prick himself, but not a prick. I mean, idiot. That's what I think he is, honestly. An idiot. You can kind of see it. So it's a bit sad, honestly, because I used to enjoy his content, whatever,
Yeah.
There's probably some other shitposters out there that are entertaining. I don't know.
I like his stuff when he's not talking about Europe or the UK.
Yeah.
Still, but
Sometimes he says some, things that make sense, but he does a lot of stupid things, especially recently. I don't know why. I did listen to him because I don't mind, poking fun at it, since I do think there's a lot of stupid shit going on in Europe. So, I'm not really a patriotic kind of guy, to be honest. But the guy is saying, the problem I have with him is that he says a lot of, as I said, stupid things. And that's why I cannot take him seriously when it's like that, because it sounds like, like when kids try to get revenge, but a little bit too enthusiastically. That's what it sounds like to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just shot you, not in the good way. What other game can you say that?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess you could say that in Monster Hunter, but no one uses Healy bullets in Monster Hunter.
probably, yeah.
No, because in Monster Hunter, in this game, if you hit a monster with a Healy bullet, then if you hit a monster with a Healy bullet, then nothing happens. But I believe that in Monster Hunter, I'm not sure, because again, I do not use Healy bullets in that game. If you hit a monster with a Healy bullet, you heal the monster.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, one thing I want to say about the Blackbuster critic, his YouTube career is not gonna do him any favors, I would imagine, in this situation.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest, he did a lot of shitposting over the years, and when you act like that on the internet, it, kind of stays, it's the internet, so, how it goes. So, I would imagine that if something,
Block! Okay, you actually backed away in time.
Good. But yeah, so if the lawyers or whatever try to dig this up, and it's very easy to do, I don't know. Well, anyway, that's not my problem. It sounds mean what I'm saying, but That is a risk you take when you want to be an entertainer, I guess, in that sense. Because what I loved about him, because you didn't see him back in his prime, I guess. What I loved about him is that he was very calmly debating and basically using this tactic against people to make them rage, I guess. You know how Jim had this very like mocking attitude? Well, Blackbuster Critic was more like he was mocking, but he was using logic against people, basically. That's the best way to describe it. He was just using logic and watching people lose their shit over that, I guess.
Yeah, Jim uses a more mocking style, which I think is funny, but it's not really. It's not really. It kind of loses its appeal at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
I keep on eating the thing as much as I can. I don't know why. I just like it. I just like eating.
Well, you're almost immune to this thing's attacks because this thing is an electric monster and you have an electric shield.
Yeah. So I'm having some fun, I guess. I can't see anything on what I'm doing right now, but whatever.
Block! Oh, you blocked it!
Holy crap.
I'm just trying to do my side special attack because I just want to unlock Blood Arts.
Yeah. So...
oh, I was going to buff you, but then I noticed you're already buffed.
I'm not anymore. Oh, maybe I was still on enough, I couldn't see it then. But now I am. Why is my camera not... Okay, it's following the target.
Oh, do you remember how to aim at a monster while using
Yeah, that's what I did up until now. So double press on the aiming.
Yeah, and then you just hold
yeah,
it.
yeah. So I press it once in gun mode and then the second time to follow the... It's very useful actually. I love this feature. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Come on.
Block! Oh wait, no, you weren't in the way.
Yeah. Now I'm actually using the feature with the gun, and it works wonders.
Done!
Yay! We beat it. Time to eat. Nom nom nom.
I'm still trying to scour for an artist that can do our stupid little webcomic thing because I really want to do
Yeah,
it.
that'd be fun.
Maybe we could all get dinner together?
Same.
Even though the mission is done, we should be cautious.
What was I going to talk about? It had something to do with games. Oh, did you see that that other video I sent you?
The game, you mean? I
Yeah.
did respond, didn't I? I mean, I told you, like...
Did you?
Yeah, basically my problem was that all the effects on the attacks make me completely... Like, I cannot see anything what's going on the footage, I'm not gonna lie. So...
Oh, okay, because... Yeah, I didn't get anything on my phone, so I didn't know that you responded.
Okay, it's fine. But yeah, so... I don't know, I don't think I can manage, based on what I've seen, I'll be honest. Because it looks very interesting and I would love to play that, but I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty much like playing blind, like so really, actually blind, like, you know what I mean? So...
I see.
I can see sometimes the characters, but most of the time all I see is like flashing lights. That's all I see. So, yeah. Who knows, sometimes I get the wrong impression on the game and then once I actually play it, it turns out I can manage. and sometimes it's the opposite. Oh, cutscene. No, oh no, it's
Yeah, it's the audio is too good
Yeah.
though.
You're one hell of a guy.
Oh, is he gonna die now?
Please die.
Origami any day.
I kind of want to edit the video so my character has an angry, one of those angry eyebrow things.
How can I be as good as the others? Like, how can I be more useful to the team?
How can I be as good as the others? Blah blah blah. I'm not special.
I tried copying
Wah,
Gil.
wah.
I tried rushing in like Nana. I've tried everything. But I guess that's just
Romeo, you are completely useless to us. Your ability makes it so you lose aggro, so you cannot fulfill the one thing that you could possibly be good at, being a meat
So
shield.
now go kill yourself. That's what I'm imagining the characters is saying.
you and Captain, Sheila and Nana, even Gil. You all do so much that I never could. But that got me thinking.
Actually, the thing is, the main character has arguably the worst power. The main character's power is that he has the ability to awaken other people's power. But the problem is that it only works with other members of Blood. But to become a member of Blood, you need to have very specific traits. You know how in lore that people use like these special bias factors or whatever to make people god eaters? In lore, the main character can only ever activate his power with people who share the same type of super special bias factor. So in other words, his power only works on 7 other people. So the main character is pretty much has the worst power.
Okay, it's waiting for you on my side.
Oh. Oh wait, you were saying something? Oh, I don't care about you, Romeo. That's your name, right? Or was it Fabio? From now on, my character will refer to him as Fabio. Okay, finally back here.
Alright.
Oh no, we have to fight a Marduk.
Uh,
Blah. Rachel. Does Nana have to say? I think we were going to a new area, but I'm not sure.
so what's his actual name? Let's see. Romeo. Oh shit.
Oh, I think you have to talk to Julius.
Okay, Romeo Leone. And I guess, yeah, you could call it Fabio Ravioli or something instead.
Yeah.
What is it again?
Oh,
yeah,
hey,
Fabio
it's
Ravioli,
what's his name, Ravi? We just call him. We keep getting his name wrong. Oh, hey, Fabio. Hey, Romero. hey Richter.
Hey, Dino. Whatever. Oh, who should I talk to again?
Julius, the guy next to Fabio.
Where is he? Oh, okay. Romeo is here. Welcome back.
I have to wonder how in Gehenna did I forgot his name for a moment. How in Gehenna did Kota become the leader of the first unit?
I don't know. Perhaps he let more people bang his mom?
He's talking to NPCs.
I'm so mean,
Shelter.
Dakota. Okay. Pills. Time for pills. You can never have enough pills.
Oh, I remember what I was going to talk about now, and this goes very much in line with my personality, you could say. So, I had a dream recently where there was this evil spirit that was doing all of this weird stuff. You know, it was not so much an evil spirit as it was a psychopathic spirit. So it would do all of these things. Julia.
Oh, hello, sweetie. Alisa.
So it was doing all of these horrible things because why not? Like, oh, Jesus brought people back from the dead, I can bring people back from the dead too. And then it made all of these horrifying zombies. And it would cut people up because it was curious to know what human insides were like. and it tried to make a homunculus by making animals breed with humans. And me and a bunch of other people were trying to appease the spirit and make it not kill people. And so there was a point where it tried to make a human horse hybrid by making a horse have sex with a female. So at that point, I went up to it and I had to explain to it very logically why a horse penis cannot fit inside of a human vagina. And I had to use physical representation with my hand. Like, pretend my arm and fist is the horse penis, and that my index finger and my thumb are the vagina. Do you clearly see how it does not fit inside? And all the while, and this happened in my dream. I am not into I'm not into centaur penis. I am not into centaur penis, but in my dream I started getting an erection.
Oh man. So where did you go?
I climbed up here.
Oh.
So that was the strangest. And when I woke up, the first thing I said to myself was, "What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, why the fuck would I get an erection over that?" I actually said, "What the fuck was that? Why would I get an erection over that?"
Oh, it's dead.
Oh, this is where the final boss of God Eater Resurrection was.
Ah. I sort of remember.
Because again, I am not into centaur penis.
You know, you remind me. Perhaps
I'm being serious when I say that.
Perhaps it's that- I was thinking perhaps it's
Wait, what was that?
perhaps it's the spirit. It is that particular spirit that was involved in you know, the guy that died because he tried to get that horse penis. Yeah.
So, that was a very wide dream I had.
Yeah, I can imagine that it was a pretty, like, okay, what the fuck kind of wake up. I mean, I had some strange dreams as well, I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of strange fetishes, I know it has nothing to do with it, but with the recent events in darting in the Franks, I guess you could say that it actually is darting in the Franks. If you know what I'm saying.
Darling the Franks, good science.
You know how 02 said, "Ah, you want to ride me?" Yes, well, I guess it actually happened. If you know what I mean. Giantess fetish.
Giantess fetish.
Yeah. I mean, 02 was already taller than Hero, but I guess now it's a completely different level.
Yeah. Man, I sure wish we could bring Ciel on this mission because her ability basically lets us know how done we are with the mission.
Yeah, that would be nice. For sure. Stop moving. Ah, why can I? Usually when I try to eat the thing, it does it in the right direction automatically, but not today for some reason. Anyway.
Ah.
Oh. Ah.
What?
Also, I will know soon enough if what I bought, the plushie, the 02 plushie I bought is a bootleg or not.
Ah.
Honestly, if I believe the website, it says clearly this is an official Sega licensed product. So if they lie, I can sue them, but I won't, because suing people for a plushie is kind of stupid. And also it costs money.
Not unless you're American.
Yeah, I'll sue you for no reason because I'm American. That's what you mean?
You made. I was driving and I had I was driving while trying to drink my cup of coffee, and you made my coffee too hot and it spit on my lap while I was driving. I'm gonna sue you for making your coffee too hot.
There must have been a lot of gunshot noises yesterday. I'm joking. Well, actually, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh no, they're going to be going on all week in Burgerland because there are always people that have extra fireworks. Actually, you want to know what I really hate about American Freedom Day? There are people who literally shoot their guns up. They shoot their guns into the air. And here's the thing that a lot of burgers do not understand for some reason. Bullets do not just fly up infinitely.
Yeah, they fall.
They will come down.
Yeah.
People have died because burgers have shot their guns in the air, and then the bullets at some point lost all the upward force and then started going down due to gravity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised people would be that stupid. Unfortunately.
You want to know one thing I really miss about Devouring Styles? There was one module in Resurrection that you could put on to your Devouring Styles that could make your burst last longer.
Oh.
And I really miss that because it made maintaining burst much easier.
Mission accomplished.
What am I doing?
So is it gonna die yet? Is Romy gonna die yet? It feels like he's going to die soon.
Is this thing dead? Oh yeah,
Come on.
it's dead.
It's done.
Woohoo!
But
Yay.
yes, burgers are going to have spare firecrackers and fireworks for the next week. It will not stop until about Friday.
I can't help but imagine, like, you know, for American Day, is the image I have in my head is like this stereotypical fat guy holding a burger in one hand and a shotgun in the other, like, you know, yes. With the big flag behind him or something. I don't know.
The spotlight's on me, but I'm not scared.
Actually, that was at one detail, like maybe one detail away from Jim's thumbnail.
Yeah. The guy was holding
Yeah.
an American flag.
Yeah, with the shotgun in his hand. Cutscene, please, so we can advance.
Actually, there's this one guy who I can't remember his name.
Oh shit!
no,
Again here? Really?
What do we? I think it's because we have to go to Dr. Rachel's lab.
It's taking forever.
But there's one guy, I keep forgetting his name. His name is Knight or something. But one of Karima's friends, and where was Free Blood Progress in our uniform? Necessary. Replace. They'll count as origami. If there's an imperfect member of blood, I shall simply protect them. Okay, so I guess now we have a mission. There's one guy, Knight or something, a friend of Karimal,
Uh-huh.
who keeps trying to add me on Discord, and I guess maybe I'm too nice, but I just do not block the guy. I just keep I just keep what's the word when the opposite of accept?
Decline?
Forgetting the word. Reject. Decline. I keep declining the guy's friend requests.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, apparently we have to go back to the Far East branch.
Oh.
You have to talk to the girl and then
Which girl?
the counter girl.
Okay. Oh, nice. I thought for a sec we wouldn't have to fight monsters again. To go back, I guess.
Yeah, that would be the most pointless thing. Why would you ever do
Yeah,
that?
I know, but sometimes games do pointless things.
Yeah, good point.
Uh,
But the guy keeps trying to add me as a friend on Discord, and I keep rejecting the guy. I guess because I'm too nice, but I need to stop being nice already and go back to being an anus like I always am. But anyway, it made me think about that conversation we had where you and I became friends. You remember the day I walked up to your doorstep and with a book saying, "Hi, Hello, my name is Resonance, King of Dumbasses and Waffles, the hentai aficionado, the supreme seventh devil, general lord, dragon of the vermilion lightning, master of the eight natural magics, and left of the almighty pure red god. I'm trying to recruit people in my fight against the lawly menace. Would you help joining me?" And then you just immediately accepted.
yeah, good old days, man. The good old days.
Yeah, that is literally how Max and I met. I was in Europe for a sabbatical, and for recruiting people for sleep, and that's how Max and I met.
I was like, man, this guy has the same, way of thinking as I have. Ah. Shit.
Every week, I'm going to create a new backstory.
You know, you remind me of a French YouTuber. You wouldn't know about him, but he's like the equivalent to the angry video game nerd, but French. And
What is his
Gros du
name?
Grenier, which is no, not Benzai, not him. But he's even more popular, a lot more popular than him. And he did collaborations with the VGN, by the way, in one video years ago. Yeah. He did appear in an episode saying, "This is a stereotypical French accent." That's basically what he said. And I believe it was a video with Mike, though. It wasn't really AVGN, but more like a side thing about an NES game that only came out in Europe or whatever, something like that. And so in that community of YouTubers, like we have what was I saying? Yeah, about like inventing stories about meeting up and stuff, and like there is this community of YouTubers, and there is another one that did a like, oh, how did you guys meet? And basically you see a guy laying on the ground in the middle of the street doing nothing, and then another guy just steps over him like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh, how's it going? Oh, you want to be friends? Yeah, sure." And then just calls him that, supposedly, making up stupid stories. Like, a random guy laying down on the floor on the street.
I think that reminds me. Remember how I was talking about that whole Epic of Damascus thing earlier, and how I had a whole bunch of this stupid Bull Feces plan, and when I first did it, I made it as a fake trailer for a movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I kind of want to do that with all of my Let's Plays from now on. The end of every Let's Play will just be a trailer for a new Epic of Damascus movie. I'm never going to elaborate on them, but I'm just going to do like a new, like, it's been several years since the last attack by the Lully Empire, and now a new evil shall arise. I'm never going to make continuations of them, but I'm not going to make continuations of what I make, but I'm just going to make new movie trailers and make some stupid, nonsensical lore. I don't know.
That's funny.
Block! Okay, no, attack. That's cute.
Actually, no ammo.
Come on, where's a shield?
I keep switching.
You keep what?
I keep switching weapon when I don't mean to, and that really annoys me.
Yeah, that's
You know the R1 button, when I try to run, I often change weapon instead, basically. Or do the opposite. I want to change weapon and I run instead.
Yeah, that's the thing I hate about these controls. Because, you know, they're basically Vita controls.
Yeah, but on the PS4.
The army has fallen. Seize the advantage.
Is this thing down?
It's down but not
Okay.
dead.
I'm to eat it and gangbang the thing. Oh man, I wanted to say something and then I forgot. Oh shit. Right when I hear it, I just think but I wanted to say something and I hate when this happens. I hate it when this happens. Maybe I'll remember. I don't know.
Yes.
Oh yeah, right. So you saw the release date for Shenmue 1 and 2?
Oh yes, I did. It was in August 21st of August.
Same date as the Yakuza 2, I think. Yakuza Kiwami 2. I'm not sure, but I believe it's the same date.
Oh wow, your wallet's going nuts.
Yeah, it is. But I'm happy because I was holding off on playing Shenmue on the Dreamcast because of the completely fucking ridiculous prices. And now that it's gonna be on PS4 with all the options that you can enable and disable at will, and 1080p, the cutscenes will still be in 4:3, but nothing can be done about that. It's because of you know, they cannot add.
It's a remaster.
Yeah. And also the frame rate is gonna be 30, but it's not because the machines are not capable. Simply because the game was coded. You know how you told me about those animations and all that stuff that sometimes can lock the frame rate? I think you told me something about that at some point.
Yeah.
Well,
A lot of times, especially with Japanese developers, and especially during the more like 2000s.
yeah, that's one of those games.
And a lot of times animations were tied to the animations and physics were tied to the frame
Yeah,
rate.
that's basically what happened. So I see a lot of people disappointed, like, oh, this is on PC, this should be 60 frames, this is bullshit. And then Sega explained, we cannot do anything about this. That's the way the game was coded. We cannot, you know, we can. If you put 60 FPS, the game is gonna be broken. You know?
I mean, it is possible to make it run at 60 FPS, but a lot of reprogramming would have to be
Yeah,
done.
and this is a port.
And if you look at a lot of games that take Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, for example. That game was made with 30 FPS in mind, and so if you unlock the frame rate to 60 on PC, the bullets will go by enemy NPCs will fire much more quickly, and you're basically playing on nightmare mode.
Yeah.
It's possible to play the game like that, but it's very difficult.
So I'm not holding that against the game, but I'm excited to get it. Plus it comes with a poster, like with each physical copy, which I like, even if I'm probably not gonna use it, but still, I like it. It's always nice to get 3Ds. Oh. Well, the only thing is I'm wondering how I can actually play the damn game because of QTs. That is the issue, the QTs.
I'm gonna say I can't share play that with you because of the QT.
Yeah, I know. I thought about it later on. Like, I was like, yeah, maybe we could share play, and then, oh yeah, but QTs. QTs are literally impossible, I think, especially with the lag and the 30 frames per second. I would, you're not even gonna get 30 in share play, I would imagine. Plus the delays with the controls and all of that. That's a shame, but I'll still try. You know, I'll do as I usually do. So I'll play I'll play as long as I can. I mean, as far as I can, and then once I reach my limit, I'll just finish it. I don't know. I'm sure some people will do let's plays. I'm pretty sure of the new version.
Yeah, it's a popular game.
Yeah, so that's probably what I'll do. Like screw achievements and trophies. I cannot do anything about it. You know, so. When I can, it's always fun, but well, not fun, but at least a neat thing, but whatever. But yeah, Kiwami 2, Shenmue 1 and 2 Remaster. What else is coming out? Shining Resonance Reframe. There is a Senno Kiseki 4 also coming pretty soon, which is going to eat up my wallet like crazy because I bought the most expensive version I could find. Plus the Alisa figurine is coming out the same month, so it's gonna be
And I'm trying to marathon Xenoblade as much as I can. I'm trying maybe one of these days where I actually do not have work. I'm just going to do nothing but play Xenoblade.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is, one problem with Xenoblade I've had recently though, is that I was having problems with the cutscenes because a lot of the cutscenes are done in engine, and it was giving me these very strange camera angles, and so I had to uninstall my emulator, then reinstall my emulator to get the cutscenes to play correctly, and the cutscenes are no longer really strange anymore, but now the problem is that the game runs like feces. I have no idea what I did to make the game not run like feces before.
Oh.
Block!
Oh, shit.
Block! Ah! It hit you.
Yeah, I did press the button right when you said it, or it didn't move.
You were still stuck in your attack animation, which is what happened.
Okay. Yeah, I can't really see the animation, so sometimes. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what's coming aside from those games, because I think there's a lot of releases that interest me in the coming months, and days even. But I can't remember for some reason.
Oh, I know Octopath Traveler is coming out next
Oh,
week.
nice. I saw a French
So,
YouTuber that I haven't seen in years that is already let's playing Octopath Traveler in French.
The demo is part of what's in the actual game, and it whatever you play in the demo carries over to the actual
Nice.
game.
It's kind of like the Senno Kiseki demos.
You know how though there have been studies that show that if you release a demo, then no one actually buys the game. They just play the demo. Maybe that's the way you can get people to buy the game, by making the demo a part of the actual game, then making what you do in the demo carry over to the game. So that way it incentivizes you to actually play the game. A lot of Nintendo's big... Actually, I've seen that Square Enix has been doing that a lot lately. They did it with Bravely Default, and they're doing it now with. With Octopath Traveler, so I think it's pretty
Did
neat.
they do it with Shining Resonance Reprint? No, they didn't do it, right?
No, Shining Resonance. Who's doing that? Sega?
Yeah, Sega. It's a Sega game. Because the demo is basically, I think, the beginning, but I'm not sure. Because you meet the main character in the demo, like you go rescuing him. Like, basically he's the princess you have to save.
Another damsel in distress trope. Why are games so sexist?
Well, this time it's the man. It's kind of funny even because the female knight is like talking to the enemies, and the enemies are like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing?" And she's like, "Would you believe me if I say I'm saving a damsel in distress?" And once you meet the person, it's actually a male. It's kind of funny. And she's like, "It's okay. You're safe now, whatever." And the guy is a bit, you know, he's like introvert, I guess. Can I say that in English? Like he's
Yeah,
he
introvert.
seems to be very shy and I don't know. I found it kind of funny because it's usually always the opposite. So seeing that always makes things, you know. Fun.
Max, you don't understand. That's sexist also, because all that's doing is reversing the roles. So now it's just a man. Now it's just a woman written as a man, which is sexist. No, seriously. That's the excuse people get. Oh, it's just a man that's written to be it's just a man written written as a woman or something.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah, people are stupid anyway.
You can't
Yeah,
win.
you cannot win. That is one thing that everybody should learn in life is you cannot win. That's just the way it is. No matter what people do and the devs and whatever, they will always lose to, not lose, but no one will always be happy. You cannot please everyone, I mean. There's no way to please everyone. Even if it's amazing, even if it's, you know, it's, people will always complain. Some of them, at least.
Okay, standard.
I wish I could see what I'm doing. That would be great. I'm not joking. That's actually. I cannot see what I'm doing. That is actually true. Right now, because the dungeon and I don't know the lights, the monsters, or something.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah,
rad.
something is just. And I'm running out of pills. That's bad. Where is it? Shit. Do you not see? Where's the thing? Oh, here. Yeah, I've never played the Shining game in my life, so Shining Resonance Reprint is gonna be my first.
Well, I'm legitimately angry at the game because it does not have the diversity it used to have. The diversity of party members. There were wolfmen. There was I think there was a. There were like a bunch of
Furries?
I said the word. Yeah, it had furries, it had humans, it had elves, it had everything. It was diverse in a non-ironic way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, moment, I'll heal you. Where are you?
I'm right in front of
There you go, heal.
surprisingly to me anyway, when I see the way those games looks on PS4, maybe it's just me, my vision is completely messed up, but when I see, for example, a game like Sen 3 and 4, those games look so much better than these, like those Shining games.
Wait, it looked. Oh, for a moment I thought you said that Sen 3 and 4 looked better than East.
No, I mean like Shining Resonance and... But Sen 3 and 4, yeah, they look better than East 8 because those are made after East. So, after East 8.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's because I like the style of East 8 more.
Oh yeah, but I'm
I think
talking
East
like
8
textures and lighting and all that.
Yeah, okay, textures, yeah, I'll give you
Because
that.
honestly, I'm sure even I can see it. Like if you look at the textures, it's a lot more detailed and fine, I guess, fine-tuned or whatever you want to call it. and the lighting as well. But I will say I love both styles just as much. I love the Sentry 4 style, but I love East 8 style as well. My only problem with East 8 is that somehow, to me anyway, the 3D models, like the characters, look kind of off compared to the rest of the game, like the background and all of that. Like there's something that seems a little bit off visually. I don't know what it is, like the lighting or the coloring or something makes them pop a little bit too much. I don't know, just me maybe. I don't know how to explain it, but they don't look bad. They don't look bad or anything. I just think there's one thing that makes them pop a little bit too much from the rest of the. Oh, I got it.
Give me a moment. I'm trying to find. So I can.
Ooh, I can't see shit. That's so great.
Okay, I healed you.
The only thing is, somehow I kind of wish sometimes some games Falcom make would be updated with the latest technology they have, because basically East 8 is like, you can see the evolution through the releases. Like Tokyo Xanadu, for example, was first, after Sen 2, and then East 8, and then Sen 3. Like you can really see the evolution of, you know, from one game to another. Like you can truly see that they build on top of the same base, I guess. And it gets better and better, and it's lovely, but I kind of wish sometimes that those, I guess, current games would get would be on par with each other. I don't know. I just think it's great to see the games improve, I guess. Maybe we'll get a Tokyo Xanadu 2 at some point.
Didn't Falcom say in
They want to make.
in a shareholder meeting they want to turn it into a
Yeah,
series?
they did. So I wouldn't, you know, I'm pretty sure we will. But
They need to, because the story is not finished.
yeah, especially since they put a big sequel bait at the end of EX Plus. That is a sequel bait to me anyway.
Just past the 20-minute mark on this mission.
You know, like, do you remember what happens?
Yeah, like, what was the reason I was born? It's like, hey, oh yeah, do you remember what what the Twilight Apocalypse or whatever it was called said? Like, yeah, it feels like something bigger is coming on its way. Well, no matter what, as long as, no matter what happens, we'll be together to beat it or whatever.
Yeah, basically. Also, the whole thing with his younger self coming back as a, what is it called?
Yeah, the Twilight Apocalypse.
All of that, like, yeah.
That was a tough fight.
Some tea
Ah.
will be just the thing to restore my strength.
Don't forget to search for materials. Think of all the
So,
cool stuff you could find.
is
I'm just trying to look for shinies right now. I think there's a shiny around where you are. Wait, wait. Pieces, no, keep going. Oh, wait, no, the shiny's all the way across this pit of lava.
yeah,
Never
it's
mind.
too far. Is someone going to die now?
It's like I say, oh Max, there's a shiny over there, and then you walk into the lava.
I'm not scared.
Your character walks in the lava, and one.
Oh yeah, I can see that happening if the lava was accessible.
Ah, if this was Phantasy Star Online 2, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks now. Still no cutscene, I guess.
Save data. It's going on a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, same. I think.
Ah!
God damn it.
Okay, we have to go to the lounge. Maybe that'll be a cutscene there.
Hopefully. Let's go.
No, a cutscene.
Oh. Shit.
Apparently, CL wanted to name the capybara here something else.
Hey, what's up, people? Now that I say that, I think back to the Maximum the Hormone song.
Wow, Fabio here's an idiot. So, This is what Fabio here says. Huh. Cappy is a weird name, but it's better than being called Capybara. I mean, I don't want people calling me, hey, human, either. But Cappy is similar. It is like calling a human, hey, Humie.
Basically, yeah. What are we supposed to do?
I guess another mission. It's gonna take a while. We're gonna have to use a few types.
Yeah. Quite a few, actually. Probably. Unless it's a 90-minute one. Yeah.
Oh wait, no. You get CL while I get Nano.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because I accidentally put the order of the party wrong.
Ooh.
What does the list have to say?
I think I talked to her, but I didn't read.
I need to do some of the character episodes on in my free time.
I wish I could do those.
I'm still angry that I had to NTR myself.
You're amazing. Sorry, I was excited and got carried away.
How humiliating that was. How do I... Where do I get poison herbs? Feces. I really hope that this does not go over 2 hours because I do not want to use extended play on the VHS types. I want the highest quality terrible aesthetics. Only the best terrible aesthetics.
Exactly. Let's go. Oh, that's waiting for you. Waiting for players. For some reason. Oh, okay. Don't tell me I'm alone.
Oh, no, you're here. You're here with us.
Yeah, for a moment I thought that would be... Yeah. Nom nom nom.
Oh man, I said that again!
Oh,
Yes! I almost walked into the thing's attack, but thankfully my stamina ran out in time. I have to stop saying that. There are a lot of speaking habits I must get rid of. I wish I had a shock device that would shock me every time I said those words.
New hostile inbound. Readings indicate a medium size. ETA 3 minutes. I'm sending out the arrival indicators now.
I'm never going to escape those words. I need to escape those words though. Give me a moment, I need to heal you. There you go.
here. Oh yeah, one thing I love about I just thought about it, the Shenmue HD is you can choose between Japanese and English voices on the fly. Which is some,
Oh, was that not in the
no, it
original?
wasn't. The first game was English VA forced, and the second one was Japanese because we got the Dreamcast version of Shenmue 2, but not the US. You guys got the Xbox version later because of the deal that was made with the guy that sold off Shenmue to Microsoft. But yeah, so we got the Japanese one at least for the second one, but no option for either of the other two, if you know what I mean. So no option for Japanese in the first one, and no option for English in the second one, for us. And the Xbox version didn't have any option for Japanese either, if I'm correct.
The origami has fallen.
In the years. I mean, we did get the Xbox version as well, but why would you buy it? Because you cannot transfer your save data. And this game is all about world building and you know, keeping your items and the stuff you did in the second game. Which is why I always thought that putting it out on the Xbox was the stupidest idea. Even if that's not a word. It was stupid to put 2 on the Xbox and not 1. Because, you know, would you be happy if you couldn't transfer your saves when it's actually a point of the game?
Yeah. Which is why I will kind of admit that Sen 3 kind of annoys me.
It really did annoy me, and I will say that the game suffers from it. In my opinion, at least. Because...
You don't understand, Max. Once Xseed brings it over, they'll port it to PC, and then you'll be able to do all your save data!
Sure. The game will still be the same, though.
You'll be able to bring all of your save data from Sen 1 and 2 once Xseed brings it over to PC. You'll see! Xseed can do no wrong!
They cannot do wrong, that's for sure. The holy...
Never mind
the holy dub.
That's,
The,
yeah, never mind the fact that it only has, what, 3 characters that are decently acted in English?
yeah. But you know, no, we are wrong. Like the English dub is obviously godly, and we cannot understand the aesthetics or something else.
Because I will say this. I tell you how I'm playing through Xenoblade with Japanese dubs because there's this one character whose English voice I cannot tolerate, right? The main character isn't very well acted in Japanese. He does a passable job, but I think his English voice actor does better than Japanese. But other than that, that's the only real one I can think of that actually has a better English dub. Because again, there are people who can do very good English. There are very. I'm not going to say that there's no such thing as a bad. I'm not going to say there's no such thing as a good English dub, but generally, the Japanese dubs are better. Generally.
Generally, yeah.
And I think Xenoblade 1 is proof of that, at least with the main character. The main character in Japanese, he's a bit more subdued.
Oh yeah.
In a part where there are a lot of parts where I think he should be angrier.
Yeah.
But in the Japanese, he's a lot more subdued. Where in English, he actually does sound better. But that's the only. There are very few characters that actually where I get that feeling.
Oh yeah. One thing I have to tell you though, the English dub for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is not that good, and what I mean by that is they didn't really keep the vibe the characters had in Japanese, and they changed it to something else. Basically, if you look at Homura and Hikari, or Pyro and Mithra, whatever, for example, Mithra was in English, they did a thing where she sounds boyish and kind of aggressive, but in Japanese she doesn't really. She's just a little bit, what do you call it? She still has a fairly soft tone, I guess, and she's basically your tsundere, like your average tsundere, while for some reason in English they made her this tomboyish, I don't know how to explain it, but maybe you know what I mean?
I understand what
And
you mean.
Pyra also, like, a few scenes where her voice is so deep, it's off-putting, like really. She has a very deep voice in English. While in Japanese, she's very, not cutesy, but almost, like, you know what I mean? She has this very gentle voice. And so it's, I know it's, you could say, but Max, that's not a reason to complain, but to me that's an important thing, honestly. like to keep the vibe of a character for the personality. So the woman they used as an actor for her is not a good fit, in my opinion. And Rex, well, whatever, I guess. He sounds funny to me in English, so.
I have not heard the dub, but one of my friends said that he sounds older than he should.
Way older than he should. And Nia is fucking hilarious in English. Seriously.
Are you bashing my country? Okay, so
No, but
Fun
she
fact
sounds,
knows that you
she
don't
sounds
know.
so old. It's so funny. Like she's tiny and like, you know, she looks so young, but the voice in English, like she sounds like a 35 to 40-year-old woman that smokes a lot of cigarettes. That is the best way I can. I'm not mocking the dub. I'm just saying, you know, it doesn't fit the character. You know what I mean?
yeah. Okay, but for those of you that don't know, Nia speaks in a Welsh accent, and you might be if for some reason you're watching Max's videos because you watch my videos. I grew up a third of my life in Welsh, and you might be thinking, you don't sound Welsh, Revis. That's because when I moved to Wales, I cannot do a Welsh accent. I did not grow up there. I spent age 8 to 18 in Wales, and I never picked up the accent, and I was never able to copy it, which is why I never spoke much when I lived in Wales, because people just mocked me for sounding like an imitation Brit in the UK. I was mocked for sounding like an imitation Brit living in Wales. Ugh. So I was speaking the wrong accent where I lived, and that's why I was mocked. But I could not imitate I was unable to imitate the Welsh accent. The emphasis they put on certain vowels, I'm just unable to imitate. It's impossible for me.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So yeah, that's a little story that has nothing to do with anything, but I just want to point that
Yeah.
out.
Well, because of the context, you thought I was mocking her accent, but I was actually mocking the fact that she sounds way older than she.
I know, but as soon as I got into it, I kind of wanted to point it out even more that I don't sound anything like Welsh.
Yeah. But yeah, Nia is so funny in English, actually, in my opinion. That is one thing, though. The English dub doesn't bother me at all. I think it has a certain charm to it. Perhaps it's because it's not the usual American accent. So
American accents are overdone.
yeah, so to me,
we need to get.
yeah, it sounds refreshing to hear British accents.
It sounds refreshing, not to hear
Yeah,
burgers.
exactly. For a change.
The Argonne is breaking off its attack to beat.
At least one thing I will give the English dub, in my opinion, they sound good,
Argonne
fairly good at least, when things get emotional. Like I could feel emotion in the voice, which is something I cannot say that. Honestly, for Trails of Cold Steel, whatever people say to me, it doesn't sound good enough when it comes to conveying emotions. That's my opinion. Japanese games tend to have this very overdone aspect to them that makes them what they are. And so when you use, I'll use an example like my video that still gets so many views for some reason with the dub versus sub thing.
Okay, this thing's dead.
Did I eat it?
I
don't know. I'm gonna eat it just to make sure. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, when you compare Elisa's reaction, like in Japanese, she has this like very high-pitched tone, like she's surprised, and then in English it's like, heh. You know what I mean? It's a little bit like, okay. As I said in the previous episode, it sounds like someone stole her sandwich or something. Well, it's from the commenter on the video. And
Someone said
yeah,
that.
someone said, yeah, in the English version, it sounds like someone stole her sandwich or something. That was the comment, I think. And I laughed when I read the comment because when I think about it, yeah. But yeah, now I'm gonna get pursued by the Exceed Defense Force. No, not really, because no one
The
watches
army is
my
breaking
Let's
off its attack to
Plays.
speed.
Actually, this is one thing I hate about. This is one thing I really hate about. I guess English dub actors. Okay, first of all, why do they call them? Okay, first of all, why do they call themselves voiceover artists? It seems like an attempt to make themselves sound more important or more. I don't know, more something than they actually
Yeah,
are.
you know what this makes me think of? No offense, but we had a word we used for, you know, people that clean spaces in shops and stuff, like, you know, the people you employ to clean your house and stuff.
Even though the
And
mission is done, we should
because
go
it sounded, I quote, offensive, they replaced it by surface technician.
That was an
So a
easy
woman that cleans the floor,
There's a shiny
a
hair.
woman that cleans the floor is now a surface technician in French. I think it's yeah,
That's dumb.
That really dumb.
I really hate those. I really hate those words meant to. There's a shiny hair. Soften the.
man. I dashed instead of.
I hate that too. I hope that's something they fix in God Eater 3.
You earned yourself a nice long
I really hate those things that soften. Oh, it doesn't sound. It doesn't. It sounds mean. We have to make it sound less mean.
It's not even mean. It's just it doesn't sound what do you call it, gratifying enough, I guess. You know, like, oh, this is diminishing. We need to make it sound like it's a better thing than it actually is, I guess, because whatever. Yeah, that's the world we live in. But soon enough, garbage man will be called, I don't know. Quick, I need to find something. Well, I don't know. Disposable item technician or something. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a garbage
Yeah.
man. That's actually a very important
Yeah,
job.
we need them. And that's one thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with calling those jobs the way they are. But for some reason, some people do, and they need to replace those names with something that is somehow more gratifying or something. I don't know. What do we need to do?
I'm trying to find
Also,
out.
still in the cutscene. What the fuck? We've been doing how many missions? 4? 3? I don't...
Okay, so apparently, the cook, the 8-year-old cook that's cooking food for for the entire defense force, took out the capybara for a walk. So I think that might mean something. That Romeo might die soon. Please.
Oh man.
I think you have to talk to Julius, maybe.
Where is that fucker? Can't see well. What do you have to say, Ciel?
That they're testing out God Arc soldiers, and that she hopes nothing goes badly last time because we had to save her posterior.
Where is Julius?
Over
I'm
here, the
talking
guy
to
in
him.
black.
Okay. Proceeds to talk to Julius. Where is Julius?
Go yachts. Oh, now we can go as soon as you talk to Julius.
Yeah, now we should be able to go.
Pills, because we probably used up a lot in that last one.
Yeah, I think I took some, but I need to check because I paranoid like that. Okay, I have them.
Oh, remember how we talked about with East 8 and people saying, oh, East 8's now mainstream because it's on the Switch
It
now.
barely sold any copies on the Switch though, which is...
Okay, yeah. On Vita it sold 43,000, on PlayStation 4 27,000, Switch 6,000.
on the first week, is it not?
Oh well, that doesn't count. Those are Japanese sales.
And the first week.
I don't know.
That says a lot if I would...
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it does. Ah, people.
Plus, it's mostly burgers that buy stuff on Switch.
I'll always remember a tweet from Floofy. Someone breathes. Someone else. Oh, someone should bring oxygen to the Switch because...
Again, do port beggars actually play games? It seems like all they do is fillet whatever system they own and beg for everything to go on.
Yeah. Also, I keep on forgetting that you cannot eat in the air.
I hate that so much. It's the most convenient thing.
Yeah, I hate it too because I still have those reflexes from I cannot hit those things. I cannot. I keep on trying to play like I was in Resurrection, and it doesn't work. So many flying enemies that I cannot manage.
I really hope that we can, I mean, I'm so glad that God Eater 3 is going to have Devouring Styles and Rage Burst. I'm not sure if it's going to have Blood Arts because I kind of like Blood Arts, but I think it should have Blood. I think it will have Blood Arts because why would it not?
Yeah.
Actually, one thing I really hope, I hope that Blood Arts are just something you feed points into, rather than you have to grind them out by constantly using moves. Because that's one thing I hate about this. It reminds me of... it's like this old Tomb Raider game, I can't remember which one, but you had to, if you wanted to get better at...
Support device is now spreading its effect through the combat zone. God Arc is running at max level. Take victory!
Critical hits and critical hits and burn. Starting my burn.
I'm not dead. That's amazing.
oh, it's going for you now!
Oh shit.
What's up? I mean, I'm sure port beggars must at least, if we're talking about Switch port beggars, they probably at least play Mario and, Zelda. But do they actually play any other games?
I don't know.
It seems like all they do is whine about not getting a game on their system.
Yeah, but
I'm thinking, who cares? If you got a Switch, you probably did not get it on sale. And if you did not get it on sale, that probably means that you... No, if you bought Mario and Zelda, those games never go on sale.
Looks like it's after
So if you bought a game that does not go on sale, that obviously means you must have money. If you have money, just buy whatever system of game is you want on.
yeah. True.
I mean, I really hate to pull the stop being poor card, but if you can afford a game system with games that rarely ever go on sale, you're probably not poor in the first place, so stop being poor.
Yeah. That's actually one argument I hate about also those people say, if someone else than Exceed brings up Cold Steel games and Vernon on PC, I will stop playing Falcom games because, yeah, whatever. Like, I only want to support Exceed, and if if someone else brings a Falcom game but Exceed, oh, I'll stop playing them. Yeah, great, man.
Okay, because you will disagree with me on this, but honestly, I can understand port begging for the PC because the PC is, and I'm not joking, I'm being
It's
serious
great
when I
for
say
poor
this.
people.
Yes, it is great for poor people. You wanna know why? Because at least
pirate.
PC beggars can pirate games. At least they get their massive Steam sales, you know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
know, but what did I want to say? If you want to support a developer, well, it's not the best idea, to be honest, because of pirates.
We'll fly this. Go!
Let's be honest, even I, like, if I have the choice, I would rather not pay, like everybody.
Cell cohesion is weakening.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so on the business,
5 minutes into this operation.
if you look at it in a business way, kind of way, I'm not sure PC is the most lucrative way, especially since you get so many sales and competition on platforms or whatever.
And it's easier to pirate.
So, you know, not to be bashing on PC, I don't care. I have a PC good enough for what I want to do. I have consoles, you know. But that's one thing I hate about people when they port beg on PC because they, you know, they say, oh, PC Master Race, you peasant, and then they don't even have the money to buy the correct platform to play some games. To me, the definition of a peasant is someone that actually cannot afford anything. That's what I would think, not someone that, you know, so whatever. Why would you limit yourself to one platform if you can get multiple ones? That's what I think.
Yeah, why be angry that you can't get one game? Like, if you really want to play it, then just realistically, just borrow someone's PS4.
Yeah, so, some people
I mean,
do it.
like,
A lot, in fact, I would imagine.
Just say, okay, just when they're busy, because people have real lives and sometimes they don't have time to play games. Just say, hey, can I borrow your PS4 during the weekends or during like certain days, just so I can play this one game.
Yeah.
So I do honestly believe that. I do understand why people would port beg the PC because it's the poor man's system.
Yeah.
But I don't understand port begging for Switch.
Same.
You clearly have money if you're buying a system that very rarely goes on sale, with exclusives that very rarely go on sale, and even when they do go on sale, they never really go on sale for the...
Origami is falling.
You know, it's usually only maybe 10, 15 USDs at most off.
Oh, it's dead. Yay.
So, I have no idea why people are complaining.
Same, yeah.
Which is why I'm convinced that port beggars, unless you are a PC port beggar, I am convinced that port beggars never play games,
Now
like
is the best time
except for
to
maybe
press
one or two.
pause. It always feels really good to finish a mission.
And even then, a lot of people on this. I see this a lot on 4chan.
Just the thing to
My anime list.
That was an easy
A
one.
lot of times
Thanks for
people
taking
will just
care of it.
get a game for very cheap on PC, and they'll get such a large library of games that they only play a game for 20 minutes, and then they just switch to something else.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Here, I hope this will help.
No cutscene yet? Again?
Come on, cutscene, please.
That's kind of weird. Like, we've been doing 4 or 5 missions with no cutscenes.
Is this the filler arc?
Yeah, perhaps it is.
Okay, maybe we should not make this the tape episode.
Yeah.
Because this has been going on for quite a